Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the morning drive here on the Majors TV, on Periscope, at the Majors TV on Twitter. I am Adam Hernandez. The NHL made news yesterday saying that they were going to pull out of the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang in South Korea, citing a league concern over shutting down for 2 weeks. They were also they also weren't happy about the IOC pulling funding for insurance and travel expenses for NHL players. This despite the International Ice Hockey Federation seemingly stepping up and covering the cost to like I said, fund the travel and the insurance for these players, for the NHL players to go overseas and play in the international tournament. The NHL's decision came against a lot of backlash from the league. Obviously, hockey is a very global game. It's big in Russia, big in Europe, obviously big in Canada, and the NHL running in North America is one of the the biggest, if not the biggest, well, it is the biggest professional hockey league in the world. And I see the concerns. I see the outrage from players and in some aspects fans that the NHL won't be participating. Obviously, it would be more exciting to see the best players in the world play in something as prestigious as the Olympics. But on the flip side, I do get it. I do get where the NHL is coming from, and in a lot of ways, I do agree with the NHL's decision not to have their players participate in the Olympics. Mainly because it's look, the league has to shut down for 2 weeks to accommodate the Olympics every 4 years. And I know that may be a small price to pay, but let's not forget the NHL is still trying to recover from a labor lockout, several years ago at this point. But let's not remember that, or let's not forget that the game was in a lot of trouble, especially here in the United States when it came to TV revenue. And a lot of this was brought on by the NHL itself, by placing teams in non-traditional hockey markets, like having 2 teams in Florida or 2 teams in Southern California. We have a team in Phoenix, in Arizona. Now we have a team placed, in Las Vegas. So, like I said, a lot of this was brought on by the NHL itself. However, just because you make one mistake here doesn't mean you have to make another mistake there. And again, I'm assuming that players lost during this 2-week NHL break could in fact hurt ticket sales for these teams across the country and in Canada. Not to mention the risk that these players will take by going over and participating in this tournament. The risk of injury they undergo is something that I get the owners in these organizations in the United States and the NHL don't want to take. Look, I believe it was the last Olympic Games that John Tavares of the New York Islanders was knocked out for the rest of the season after sustaining a season-ending injury during the Olympics. So, look, I mean, somebody to the that has the talent of John Tavares and getting knocked out for the entire year because of him playing in a tournament that that isn't sanctioned by the NHL and isn't sanctioned by the team that pays his paycheck is just something that I can see these teams not getting behind, not wanting to take that risk. Because if a team loses somebody to the to the caliber of a John Tavares, then look, their playoff hopes, their chances at winning a championship are down the drain. And again, what does that do to ticket sales going forward for a team like the Islanders, or a team that is looking to win a Stanley Cup? Again, imagine Patrick Kane going down for the rest of the season because he participated in the Olympics. And I know that's something that can happen in the NHL, in a game against the Red Wings or a game against the Blues. But again, the justification there is that at least that injury would have occurred when he was playing on the team that signs his paycheck. And again, I know I don't want to have an anti-globalist view or anything like that when it comes to this, because look, I'm very for growing the game internationally. I'm very for for growing the game here in the United States and in North America. I love hockey. I love the NHL. My team is the Red Wings. The Red Wings up until this season have had that 25-year playoff streak. Look, and hockey's popular here in Michigan too, where I'm at. But again, I just don't see how I don't see how NHL players participating in the Olympic Games in Pyeongchang necessarily, grows the game, or them not participating does a disservice to growing the game. I thought the NHL made a nice point too when they said that, they weren't fully on board with the IIHF, coming in and covering the expenses that it would cost for them to, cover the NHL players going overseas, and covering the insurance, because they were worried it was going to take away away from some grassroots fundings to, for programs, for international programs to help grow the game. And again, that's something that is on a scale of happening throughout the entire year, not just 2 weeks out of the season. So again, you trust the NHL, don't trust the NHL. I thought that was a valid point that they made here regarding that. So again, I'm disappointed they're not going to play, but again, I get it. And being a Red Wing fan, I don't want to undertake the risk of having a Red Wing player be out for the rest of the season or miss any significant time because of any injury he faces or sustains while playing in the Olympics. But you know what? People are going to have their opinions. NHL players are going to be pissed off about it, and I get that too. Anyways, though, make sure you check us out again. We'll be on Thursday. So you can catch us every other day, Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the week for the morning drive. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/TheMajorsTV. Make sure you check us out on Twitter @TheMajorsTV. You can also check my Twitter page out @TMSNXAdam, and also make sure you take a look at our website as well @themajors.net. So until next time, everybody, I am Adam Hernandez for the morning drive and the Majors TV. Bye for now.